Hi, Dr. Jack. Today's lesson on Did you know about the first trip to the moon?
When did this trip take place?
The first trip to the moon took place on July 20th, 1969 as part of the Apollo 11 mission. Apollo 11 had a crew of 3 astronauts, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins.
How long did this trip take?
It took 3 days to reach the moon. The spacecraft landed on the lunar surface in an area known as the Sea of Tranquility. Neil Armstrong is the first person to set foot on the surface of the moon, and he famously said, "This is a small step for man, but a giant step for mankind."
This is amazing. How long did the astronauts roam on the surface of the moon?
The astronauts walked around the surface of the moon for about 2.5 hours. Samples of lunar soil and rock were collected during the mission and brought back to Earth for analysis.
What is the cost of that trip?
The Apollo 11 mission cost about $25 billion at the time. Subsequent Apollo missions to the moon took place until 1972, with a total of 6 successful missions.
I don't see much point in making all these trips.
The trip to the moon greatly affected science and technology and influenced the development of space flight later. 1. The lunar lander, known as the module, was used to land and take off from the lunar surface. 2. The Command Model spacecraft was used to transport astronauts from Earth to the moon and back. 3. Radar instruments were used to locate and land successfully on the moon. 4. The astronauts were equipped with special spacesuits to protect them from the harsh conditions on the lunar surface. 5. The trip to the moon was filmed and broadcast live on television for the world to see this historic event. 6. Distance and time measuring devices were used to determine the distance between the Earth and the moon. 7. Laptops were used for navigation and communication with the Earth during the flight. 8. Photographic camera devices were used to document the flight and take pictures on the lunar surface. 9. Scientific measurement and analysis equipment was used to study and analyze lunar soil and rocks. 10. The Apollo missions to the moon were carried out in cooperation between the American Space Agency, NASA, and many other companies and institutions. It's time. Today's lesson is over. I hope you liked today's lesson. See you soon.